Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unlocking a really vital toolkit, one that's designed to completely upgrade your professional communication software. Because look, whether you're in data analytics, fintech, or honestly, any tech-driven field, how you talk about your work is literally just as important as the work itself. Think of this as a major system update for your professional English.
Now, you might be wondering, is your language actually hiding your technical expertise? Just think about it. You've got the hard skills, the coding background, the financial modeling experience, but are common linguistic pitfalls kind of undermining your professional credibility? Honestly, sometimes a tiny grammar glitch can totally distract from your otherwise brilliant ideas. But hey, don't worry. Today we're going to apply some logical, formulaic solutions to debug these glitches in your language for good.
Okay, let's dive into this. We are going to logically and systematically upgrade your grammar system across 5 distinct modules today. Reporting finished events, comparing data without errors, using natural industry collocations, highly valued professional vocabulary, and finally, perfecting prepositions of time. Module 1, Reporting finished events, mastering the past simple tense. So when you're narrating completed events, like say a past interview, a project meeting, or even a previous job, it's incredibly easy to fall into a really common B1 level trap. We often accidentally switch back to the present simple mid-sentence. Saying she expected the interview to be technical is just incorrect because the action is fully in the past. The fix? It's simple. Regular verbs absolutely must take that ed ending when the event is done. Joined, presented, optimized. So it has to be, she expected the interview to be technical. And this rule applies just as strictly to irregular verbs, too. If you're describing a completed conversation, saying something like, I understand him well, is a total glitch. Those irregular verbs just have to be memorized for completed events. So understand becomes understood.
So, the crucial point is this core algorithm for past events. Check your time frame. If the timeline is finished, your verb must be completely finished too. You really want to build the habit of pausing for just a microsecond to verify the time frame before you speak.
Moving right along to Module 2, Comparing data without errors, avoiding the double comparative mistake.
In tech and finance, we're constantly comparing data, right? But there's a frequent glitch we've got to fix here. Saying things like more easier or more faster, which are literally always wrong. Let's walk through this logical syllable test algorithm step by step. See, English uses 2 distinct patterns for comparing things, and an adjective follows only one pattern, never both at the same time. Step 1. If the word is short, just 1 syllable, simply add er. Fast becomes faster. Step 2, if it's longer, 3 or more syllables, add more before the word, so efficient becomes more efficient. And step 3, what about those 2-syllable words? Well, they usually take er, so easy becomes easier. Never, ever more easier.
Module 3, Using natural industry collocations, verbs that go with key nouns. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we contrast clunky phrases with standard data analytics expressions. A collocation is essentially just a natural combination of words. Using the wrong verb with a noun can really weaken your professional impression, even if your technical meaning is totally clear. For example, phrasing like make an insight or bring a decision just doesn't sound right. Instead, you want to use the standard expressions. You draw an insight when finding a conclusion from data, and you always make a decision. Never bring a decision or do a decision.
Let's energetically run through these essential financial verb patterns. These are strictly fixed, folks. You pay back a loan, absolutely do not say return a loan. You top up an account to add funds, never say upload money or fill an account. If you're spreading payments out over time, you pay in installments, don't say pay by pieces. And finally, you cancel a subscription to stop it. Memorize these exact verb-noun pairs. They're a total game changer.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Module 4, Highly Valued Professional Vocabulary, Key Terms for Data, Fintech, and Tech. We are opening up a vocabulary expansion pack now to focus on precise words that instantly elevate your authority in a room. First up is versatile. This describes a person or a tool that can easily adapt to many different situations or fields. Why does this matter? Well, because versatile professionals are incredibly valuable. They aren't limited to just one industry or one strict approach. Next is prestigious.
This is a fantastic adjective describing something that commands high respect and admiration, like a prestigious employer or a prestigious award. Just make sure to clearly distinguish this adjective form from its noun form, which is prestige. You work for a prestigious company because that company has prestige. Make sense? Then we have advantageous, which simply means providing a clear benefit or advantage. To relate this to your actual real life, having diverse professional tech experience is highly advantageous when you're applying for flexible, modern roles. It literally gives you the winning edge. Now, let's talk about percentages, specifically your conversion rate. This is a massive, absolutely key digital product metric. It expresses the exact percentage of users who complete a desired action, like registering for an app or making a purchase. A higher conversion rate means your product is highly effective. It's the whole shebang for digital growth. Next, we have trustworthy. This means a service is reliably honest and consistent, delivering on promises without any hidden charges or confusing, tricky terms. In the tech and finance space, users tend to stay with services that embody this exact trait. Trustworthy products retain users, plain and simple. Our final vocabulary word in this module is installments, meaning individual payments made at regular intervals as part of a larger total. Notice how we use the plural noun form in the phrase pay in installments. That's exactly the mechanism that makes expensive tech products accessible to a much wider market. And finally, Module 5, perfecting prepositions of time, the specific ranges of in, on, and at. And this brilliantly illustrates how we're going to fix the absolute most common scheduling errors by clearly defining the boundaries for in, on, and at. In covers broad times, months, years, seasons, parts of the day. A very common glitch is saying, well, actually, scratch that. People often say on January, but it is always in January. On is strictly used for specific days and dates. Any named day gets an on Monday, on the 5th of March. Finally, at is for precise clock times and fixed phrases. At 9 o'clock, at noon. So the practical rule here is simple. Months take in, days take on, and clock times take at. Which brings us to the end of our explainer. But I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. So what does this all mean for you? And which standard rule will you apply in your very next meeting? Will you actively check your time frame for the past simple tense? Will you ensure you draw an insight instead of just making one? I challenge you to take just one specific upgrade from these slides, commit it to memory, and confidently put it to use today. Keep learning, keep refining those skills, and I'll catch you next time.